How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Verb stock. I want to make sure you guys are prepared going into Monday. We made a video in the week, and of course, we got to make sure I put out an update. But before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. Whether you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis. We want to take a look at the overall price action. We know there's a lot of volatility in this play, but also we know it could jump very quickly. So I want to make sure you guys are prepared. Know those areas of support, those areas of resistance, so you have a game plan going into tomorrow. And then secondly, we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. We rely on this play for its short squeeze potential. We want to see a continuation of this, and also we want to know what is the borrow fees and so forth, because this will have an impact, especially how short sellers decide to approach this. And then when that is done, we're going to be going over the order flow distribution. We want to know, are institutions getting involved? What are the inflows? What are the outflows? This is key because it will have an impact on the stock price. And then when all of that is done, I'll be going over with the final thoughts. So let's jump to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for Verb. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $2.92, being down 8.75%. On the low, it tested $2.76, and then on the high, testing $3.18. When we take a look at the volume stats on the Friday, we could see here we traded at 47.425 million shares. And as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it is around 53.875 million. So we had below average volume, and it's part of the reasons why you see some pressure that was put on the stock price. When we take a look at our indicators down below, of course, you can see from the RSI, it is in the overbought territory, being well above 70. But this is of no surprise since it has ran up quite a bit. We are also using the 1-year daily chart because we want to see what does it look like. When in doubt, you want to zoom out. So what we could see here, we could see on the Friday it pulled back to $2.76. So if this ended up pulling back again going into Monday or sometime next week, then the next level that I'd be looking forward to see hold up will be right here around the 260 level. Keep in mind, this is a play that is dependent on a lot of buying volume. So if we get that buying volume, then of course you can look forward to seeing those strong pops and seeing those moves going above $3. But one thing to be clear of, we definitely have some resistance here at this $3.96 level. And also taking into consideration, we have to look into actually getting past this $3.20 level. Getting past 320, I think will bring in a lot of momentum, and then we could see some strong moves in price action. So that's one of the things that we want to make sure that at least by the time we get into regular trading hours, if Verb can get to around $3 and show some consolidation, some support, some strength, then we can look forward to seeing these strong moves to the upside. If it does decide to pull back, we want to see how well it could hold up at 260. If 260 breaks, then of course we want to see how well it could hold up right here around 240, and of course seeing how well it could hold up here around 220. So these are some areas just to keep an eye on, but for the most part, I'm going to be keeping this on my watch list because I already know how Verb moves already. And like I said before previously, if there's a lot of buying volume that comes through this play, I'm going to definitely look forward to seeing a move going into $4 sometime this week. But it is dependent on those factors that I spoke about. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information for Verb. So we can see the short volume ratio being at 27.58%. As we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 50,000, updated 11 minutes ago, and the short borrow fee rate is at 39.48%. So that is significant right there. So when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see on the 15th it was at 27.58, and on the 16th being at 27.44. But on the 14th we were as high looking at 30.46, and then the high within this whole entire period going far back as July the 2nd was when we were literally right around 36.39. So what does it look like going into tomorrow? Hey, I'm I'm looking forward to actually seeing some volatility. That's something that we've been used to in regards to these penny stocks. And looking at the short borrow free rate and seeing that it still continues to have short squeeze potential, if we end up having a lot of volume, a lot of buying pressure that ends up coming through this stock, things can look really good. So that's why I want to make sure you guys keep this on your radar. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Verb. So you can see here on the inflow we had 29, and on the outflow we had 29. We had 7 on the large, 17 on the medium, 5 on the small. As far as for the outflow side, we had 7 on the large, medium was 16, and small was 5. And of course, this is in the millions. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see on July the 16th, we had an outflow day, but we had a big time inflow day on the 15th, being at 1,464.34. But here's one thing I want you guys to pay attention to here. The outflow day we had on the Friday was 185.52. The outflow day on July the 14th was around 440.42. And then we had the outflow day on the 13th that was around 151.41. And then on the 12th, it was 189.01. So if you compare this to the inflow day that we had actually on the 15th, I'm still bullish because for the most part, the large scale orders have outweighed those outflows in regards to the outflow orders. So taking this into consideration here, I'm looking forward to seeing some strength in Verb stock, especially going into Monday and for the rest of the week. Of course, this is going to be spikes, right? It's going to be quick jumps. So you want to make sure that you have a game plan. You have a strategy, making sure before you enter the trade, what is your profit going to look like? Because we already know this stock is being pushed on the fact of short squeeze potential, buying pressure. So I want to make sure that you guys are prepared. And as far as institutions are concerned, they are getting involved in the action. And that's one of the good things we like to see. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for Verb stock, I am looking forward to see what happens on Monday and also for the rest of the week. I'm going to continue to keep it on my watch list. When we went on Fintel taking a look at the short interest information, it is around 27%. So it is above the 21% that we normally look for. So of course, there's some short squeeze potential here. And then secondly, taking a look at the short borrow free rate, it is just over 39%. So anyone that's deciding to short Verb, you're definitely paying a hefty price. So taking this all into consideration, things are definitely looking good, and it's part of the reasons why you want to keep this on your radar. We did see, yes, on Friday we did have below average volume, but I think that could change, especially for this week. Even if it doesn't happen on the Monday, I'm going to look forward to seeing that strength, especially seeing those support areas hold up like we talked about in the technical analysis. As long as these areas hold up, then we can look forward to seeing those moves. And what I want to see from Verb, it would be great to see it get to that $4 level sometime this week. But one thing that I do want to see though, I want to see that strength continue in regards to support in that $3 range, $2.90, $2.80. Just hold up in that particular area, because then if we can do that, I can see more traders want to come into this play, and we can look forward to seeing that move to $4. Make sure you have a strategy in place, especially if you're going to be trading this thing intraday as well. And if you're going to be just holding shares because you know what, you just feel like it can move up even higher, I'm going to caution you right now. Make sure you do more homework and more due diligence. Just do not rely on comment sections, on message boards, because people will tell you, hold, hold, hold. At the end of the day, you don't know what they're doing behind that screen, so you need to make sure that you're protecting yourself and you're making sure that you come out as a winner on the other end. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.